Welcome back. Thanksgiving is Thursday, and then it is full speed ahead until Christmas, which means the Santas are getting ready.
Yes, we said Santas because there is Santa, but there are also hundreds of helpers. And I had the chance to catch up with several members from the New England Santa Society to learn all about their magical plans this year. Take a look. So Santa, how do I know which one of you is the real Santa?
Well, you have to decide that. Santa's here. You have to decide which one's Santa.
But who are all the rest?
Helpers.
Some help Santa get around the world.
How does Santa really get around the world?
Well, I wish I brought a globe with me so I could demonstrate. People think Santa goes around the globe, but he doesn't. Because then it would be light, dark, night, day, continually as he goes around. But if you go up and down, he can stay in the dark as he goes around the world.
What about St. Nick being so quick in your chimney? Turns out fairy dust does the trick.
And the yellow one, you know about the night before Christmas, the story?
Yes.
Where Santa touches his nose? Well, he's actually sprinkling a little of this yellow fairy dust on his nose, and it helps squid up and down the chimney, because look at our size.
It's a lot of work, and that's why the Santa Society of New England meets up every month to get the plan straight.
Right now we have about 220 members, Santas, Mrs. Clauses, and elves, and they're spread out. And with our group, it's the New England Santa Society, and we're spread out all over, from Connecticut, Rhode Island, Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire.
So tell us a secret, like what do we not really know? Girl to girl.
Well, Santa doesn't really have a favorite cookie. He really doesn't.
Like he'll just eat whatever.
So kids always ask, what's your favorite cookie? Put out your favorite cookie. Santa wants to try what your favorite cookie is. He'll never say no to a cookie.
Did you know there's even a Santa camp to learn how to help make Christmas magical?
Going to camp, we make kazoos, we sing songs, we have a blast.
The elf that sits on the shelf, they really do report to Santa?
They sure do. They sure do.
Kids, you gotta watch out.
When the kids go to bed, they fly back to the North Pole.
And in case you're wondering about the reindeer, fairy dust again.
Every country has fairies in the world, and these fairies bring Santa fairy dust that Santa uses to get around. And this is a example of his fairy box, and the red fairy, the dust, he sprinkles on the reindeer and helps them fly.
Oh my goodness.
No matter the Santa, they all have one thing in common.
They all have big hearts.
Sometimes Santa needs a special magic that comes from his heart to help sad kids smile.
You know, sometimes you have to meet kids in really tough times, maybe after they've lost someone. I know you were able to really help the kids in Newtown, Connecticut after the Newtown school shooting.
Yes, my wife and I were asked to go into, it was actually a third grade class, and it was in a church downstairs, and it was the most sad thing I ever saw in my life. I walked down, usually when Santa opens, they open the door, and you go, ho, 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 all the kids are excited. There was no noise at all. They looked up and they looked down. They were so sad. And as it would be, I had to figure out how to work with these kids to get them more excited. And so I started talking to the boys about sports and football. And don't you know that I got one of the boys interested in it, and he said to me, I said, you sure I can't give you something? And he says, well, maybe a football. Well, I swiveled my chair around and just grabbed the present out of the boys' box, and don't you know, my thumb popped it, and it was a football.
Amazing. Now, about that list.
So as a journalist, one of the things I've always wanted to know is, how do you get on the naughty or the nice list? You have the answers, right?
We do have a nice Santa's Naughty Nice list, and oftentimes we ask folks what they think they are.
Okay.
And then we'll keep track on some of them, and some people actually do willingly say they're on the naughty list.
So,
and then it's amazing some of the names that appear on this list.
look at this. So green is good, right?
Green is good.
Red is the naughty list?
And Scott Haney's name just appeared.
Uh-oh.
Magic. I don't know how it happened, but he's got a lot of work to do this year.
Do you disagree, Santa?
What I want Scott Haney removed right now, right now.
Wow, what does this mean?
That is your token. It means you've met Santa and you're on the nice list.
I have proof. I have proof.
You do, and Scott doesn't.
Don't worry, there's still time to get on the good list before, as they say,
Santa Claus is coming to town.
All right, what a wonderful group, and I got that exclusive information. You still have 29
Santa
days.
pulled me off the bad list.
I love joining them for Santa Supper. You can learn more about the magical group of holiday helpers by visiting NewEnglandSantaSociety.com. If you have a big heart, you can join. I don't know about you, but I got connections. We can do some work.
Santa set him off the list. Thanks so much for joining us. Eyewitness News at 4 starts right now. Stay with us.
Join me with all your breaking news and weather.